back to the Craftinomical SMP server. We're playing Feed the Beast Revelation. So, in between episodes, I've been a little on the busy side. As you can clearly see. So, last episode, you saw that I made the one death generator. I went ahead and made 2 more, as well as 3 explosive generators, because as I was letting my little mob farm grow, I was noticing that I was getting a lot more gunpowder than, you know, a lot of other mob drops. So I went ahead, made a couple explosive generators, put them in a nifty little room here, just because. And it's also far enough away when you're past the door that you don't get hit by the explosive generators. I also have a sound muffler, but as you can tell, yeah, they are a little noisy. Went ahead and made an energy cell here and upgraded to reinforced. Put it up here just so I could monitor how much power is in it. And I have a cutoff switch for the generators too, just in case for some reason I need to go in here and do something. Yeah, that's the main reason for it. Or if I just want to turn it off for a little bit or something. So that's the main reason for it. But otherwise I can keep it going, especially if I have my mob farm here going. I went ahead, double the size on it, and put in another mob crusher here. What that means is this thing produces a nuts amount of mob drops. I let it run for a bit, and I also have it chunk loaded. And yeah, we're doing pretty good on the drops here. I have overflow of bones here. I have the bones specifically just so I can come up here and get them when I need them. But yeah, I have crazy amounts of the stuff, and all these storage drawers I went ahead, upgraded with a diamond upgrade. Just to, you know, so I have plenty of it. You know, obviously the ender eyes were the main thing that I was going after, and well, we got plenty. So in addition to that, I've also worked a bit on my AE system. In fact, I kind of got it up and running. It's not fully up and running like I'd want, but we have interface with some random stuff in there. This is just to get a chest out of the way, so it's just some random stuff. I got some stuff built and ready to make an automated crafting station, or an automated crafting station setup. I just need to get some more diamonds so I can go ahead and make a storage fort, and then I can set that up. Go to 1 controller here. Again, I need more diamonds. Yeah, until you start going through AE2, yeah, you don't realize how many diamonds this stuff goes through. But in addition to that, I also need some more pure storage cores, which isn't that big of a deal, but yeah. And as far as the design of this room, I'm thinking I'm just going to encase this in these factory blocks here, and just so the controller itself is kind of isolated. Eventually, I'm going to make the controller bigger, of course, because, you know, that's kind of what you need to do when it comes to E2. Right now, I only have a couple of machines hooked up to it, so it's a really big one. And yeah, that's pretty much the majority of what I've done between episodes. The other thing that I've done between episodes, I've added a couple more tanks here. This one has Electrum in it, and this one has Signalum, which Signalum is pretty easy to make. Go ahead, look up the molten Signalum here, and look up the alloy. You just need to stabilize redstone, silver, and copper, which obviously the silver and copper is really easy to get. Destabilize redstone, on the other hand, you need a magma crucible. Yeah, which this is all you need to do to get destabilized redstone is put redstone in, or there is destabilized cathrates. Yes, I totally knew that before searching for it. But other than that, I got yeah, I got the magma crucible, got the fluid transposer. I also got a compactor here, which this comes into play for what I'm going to do here in a little bit. And I also made a redstone furnace just for ease while I'm down here. But one of the first things that I want to do today is I have this aluminum and iron armor that's, you know, it's been working pretty well. Obviously, I don't have a helm, but you know, it works pretty good. But the plan today is to fight the Wither, and I don't think this armor is going to be good enough. In addition to that, I also want to work on my weapons as well. This cleaver here is great. I really like it, but I kind of want to mess around with the redstone arsenal weapons. we have this one up here, this Flux Infused Sword, which, yeah, right now it looks like it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but once you charge it up and empower it, it actually does a good bit of damage. And then I also want to make the bow and the quiver. And in addition to that, I also want to make the armor as well. So let's go ahead and get that crafted up real quick. Went ahead, get pretty much all the things I needed before the episode, so that'll be easy enough for me to do. And obviously that means that I'll probably want to look into getting flying soon. I'm probably not going to do that this episode, but I will probably do that before too long. Because of course you want to have the full set, you don't want to have all of it in slime boots. So let's go ahead and make our sword here. And then we'll go ahead and make the quiver next. What am I missing? The string. Well, I got plenty of that, so. Alright, let's get our quiver. And there we go. We got our armor here. Now I just need to charge it up, and then we'll be good to go. So then I should be able to get these charged. I think I need to. I'm gonna head back here to my industrial foregoing machines here, and I think I can charge them with that. So, oh, yeah, and I guess I should show off this area here. So, we got our 2 mob crushers here. We got our redstone signal to shut them off, and we got a fluid duct down here for the essence that comes from them. And as you can see, it's obviously full because I'm not doing anything with the essence yet. That will be coming up soon. But off here we have our Signum plated impulse duct. Since I've made Signalum and I have energized glowstone, I might as well, make these. These will transfer energy and items. And I got the energy line down below, which obviously hooks up to these guys and powers them. So it makes it a lot easier, and that also makes it much more efficient for the mob farm, as I don't have a cover here, so no light is passing through them. So that makes it a lot better. Now we got set up on both sides. Got all the lines going down to here. Then we have the item lines just going up here, just for looks. I just wanted to be able to take a look at it, as items are whizzing by. I think that's kind of a fun look. But we got a little bit of a spaghetti network of lines, pipes here. I'll probably be working on this later. But got the AE2 system right there, which is all hooked up and working all right. As you can see, the explosion generators, when you get too close, obviously you take a little bit of damage. The closer you are, the more damage you take, of course. So it's not too bad though. But anyway, we have the items coming around there. We have the gunpowder being filtered out into that chest, which, as you can see, is doing pretty good. And then it goes up to the explosion generators, which, again, we have an item and energy line head duct right there. Same with the other side for the death generators. And for this one, we are separating out the bones and the rotten flesh. Again, doing pretty good. And what this will do is, as long as there's room for, some gunpowder to go in, or some rotten flesh, bone meal, or bones, they'll go in. But once they're full, as you can see, they just keep on going on by. And then they'll go into this chest here, which this is just a buffer chest, and it filters out these few items right here. We have the sulfur here, just so we can convert it back into gunpowder. Same with this catalyzing gland. And then we have the rib bone for bones and the zombie heart for rotten flesh, which go into the crafter here, and they just craft them up and sends them on their way. And they just go back into the loop and try to go into the chests and into the generators, and we continue to generate power. So beyond that, we got this buffer chest here. This will filter out pretty much anything that is not in that little setup that I have of the storage drawers. It'll filter all those up here, and everything else goes in the trash can. We got a drawer controller there to control, putting all the stuff up there. That's pretty much it for this section. I think it's been working quite the treat. I haven't really had any issues. And originally I did have buffer chests here and here for the rotten flesh and the gunpowder, but I don't use the gunpowder, the rotten flesh, and the bones fast enough to avoid filling up those chests there. So that's why it's setting up like this now. Otherwise it would block up the system and jam it all up. So that's why that's it. And right now I don't have a a legitimate access to it. But I'm going to go ahead and see about charging up these weapons and this armor, and I'll be back with you guys in just a sec. Alright, and welcome back everyone. So anyone who's messed with the Redstone Arsenal tools probably was yelling at the screen, telling me that I couldn't power it up with the industrial foregoing machines. Yeah, at least I found out. I tried. Found out that you can't. But there's a couple ways that you can enchant it. One way is to use a flux capacitor. I went up and made a reinforced one, which needs the previous tiers for that. The hardened and then the basic one. Sure. Oh, pretty easy to make. But I went ahead and enchanted it with holding 4, which means that it holds up to 27 million RF. It's pretty nice. And this, you can set it to either be able to charge only items that you're holding, only charge items that you're wearing, or both. So it's pretty nice. And that's one way to charge it. Another way to charge items is with an energetic infuser. You go ahead, just put your item in there, it'll charge it, and then it'll put it over there. So it's a pretty easy way to do it, and the energetic infuser is pretty easy to make as well. Now you'll notice that I have a couple other machines that I put in here. The first one you want to look at is this enchantment factory here. This is what I use to get all my enchantments. It basically acts as a level 30 enchantment table, basically. And you just put an unenchanted item in here. It'll use some essence, which, if you remember, we are getting from our mob farm. So I have it pumping into here. It'll use some of that essence, put on some random enchantments, just like a regular enchantment table. But the good thing is if you get one that you don't like I got quite a few enchantments on my sword that I didn't like Bane of Arthropods mainly. And you can come over to here to the enchantment extractor. If you have regular books in here, put the item in the slot here, and it will just rip the random enchant off of it and put it on the book. So that's pretty nice. It's a nice way to make sure that you get exactly what you want, and it doesn't make it a big problem. And in addition to that, with those books, those enchanted books, you can put them in here and put your item over here, put a book over there, and it'll use some of the essence as well, and it will put that enchant on whatever item you're trying to enchant. So with that, I was able to get Reaper 4, Holding 4, Looting 3, Sharpness 4, and Soul Sealer 4 on my sword, which is pretty good. I'll want to get Sharpness 5 eventually, but Sharpness 4 works for now. And it brings the attack up to 18.5. So not bad. Soul Sealer 4 is going to come in handy for that mob imprisonment tool that we got with the Wizard Skeleton, as I'm going to want to use a disturbed soul cage with that. So I just want to get into that mod. It sounds pretty cool, and I just want to mess around with it. So there's that. Other enchantments I got, Holding 4 on my quiver. I think that's about the only enchant you could really get on the quiver. So that works. It just makes it so it can store a lot more energy. Got Punch 2, Holding 4 on my bow. Eventually I might see if I can get power on it. I don't know if you can, but I haven't really tried too hard either. I was more worried about my sword than the bow. I'm Breaking 3 on the shield, so that's pretty nice. Then on my boots, it's got Depth Strider 3. Eventually I'll want to get some other chance on it, of course, like at least feather falling. Feather falling would be nice to have. Although once I get flying with an angel ring, then I won't need it. But that's, you know, a little bit later down the line. For my legs, I got holding 4, protection 4, chest piece, thorns 2, mending, and protection 4. So pretty nice there. And then for my helm, protection 4, holding 4. So actually, overall, not too bad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead put some of this stuff away instead of having this completely full inventory, and then we're going to head over to the mining dimension and fight the wither. So I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, and welcome back everyone. So we're over here in the mining dimension. Let's go ahead and take care of this creeper real quick. Yeah. I'm going to like that. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the... Where are they going here? He just kind of took off. This might be a little fun. Get back here. Stop attacking those cows. Well, this is easy enough, but I think I'm about to die. Yeah, let's see. Let's head back towards our portal real quick. I'm actually okay on hearts. So that actually was a lot easier than I was anticipating. So now that we've made that, let's go ahead and head back and we'll go ahead and do something else. So be right back with you guys. Alright, and welcome back everyone. So one thing I forgot to mention in my last clip, may have noticed that I have torches back up here. So run into an issue where even though I have a couple mega torches around here, I have one there, and then I also have one behind this wall here. Even though I have those couple mega torches, I'm still having issues with mob spawning, so yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, it's not a huge deal, just bring the lighting level up. It's just I can't have the mood lighting like I wanted, and yeah, I can't be completely torchless at the moment. But anyway, the reason why I'm heading down here is because what I want to do now is I want to set up a quarry, and the way I'm going to do that is with a builder. So what I want to do is I want to set up a power cell here. And I'm going to go ahead link these guys. Yeah. So this way, what this will allow me to do is what this will allow me to do is have wireless power, which is exactly what I want to do because, yeah, I kind of want to put it in the main dimension, set it, and forget it for a bit. So now what I want to do is look into making a shape card. So these are all pretty easy. Paper, redstone, iron. So, and I actually have everything that I need to craft that. So good. Get that crafted real quick. And for the quarry card, I need diamond pickaxe, diamond shovel, and the shape card. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I want to figure out is how I'm going to transfer those items, and I think the way I want to do that is with some ender chests, these guys specifically. I need some blaze rods, a couple obsidian chests, and okay, well, it's easy enough. I think I got them. The other thing I'm not sure about is the blaze rods. that should be easy enough, and just get a stack of string. Make that into some wool. As I'm going to need it for applied energistics 2 as well. Let's go patch that up before I forget. And I'm trying to remember if I have any obsidian. Yep. And I also have the molten core. I think these can turn into blaze rods, or is it blaze powder? Yeah, I can turn blaze rods if I have another one, which I think I do upstairs. So it definitely will be nice once I get my AE system fully up and running and have enough storage where I can put all these things in. So I'm not having to go through and remember which chests I have for that kind of stuff. So I believe that is enough for one of them. I don't think I have enough for 2. Oh, yeah. And I need chests. Gonna make a couple chests here. Okay. I do have enough blaze rods. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So now I'm going to need a couple diamonds. And then I think I'm going to make mine blue. Just going to make it triple blue. What this will allow me to do is set up my inner chest so that whatever I put in one will go in the other. And then we'll take the diamonds. And use diamonds. There we go. So what the diamonds means is that it'll make it where it's only mine. It's a private setting. So someone else can use triple blue, but it won't interfere with mine. But if I put something in here, if I go open this one, it'll be in there. Just like a regular ender chest, so it'll be pretty sweet. And the other good thing is you don't need silk touch in mine, though, which is definitely a big plus. Alright, so first things first, I think for right now, until I get a better solution set up, I'm just going to put one of the chests here. And then I'll just manually be doing it. Eventually, obviously, I'm going to make it automated, where I'll have the ingots either get in to be smelted or go into like storage drawers or something like that to be messed with later. So let's go ahead and head over here, and we'll get to see if I remember how to use a shape card. I'm just going to pick a spot. Let's go ahead. Put at the edge of the chunk here. And where's the builder? There. Hopefully this worked the way I want it to. And then we'll just go ahead and put the link card in there. Oops, I think I just unlinked it. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out what I did wrong, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so it turns out all I forgot to do was on my other power cell, I forgot to tell it to set the sites to input. So that's all it was. So not a big deal at all. So now Alright, so let's go just pick a random area right here. Let's just dig down a good ways. Yes, I know you're not supposed to dig straight down, but I'm going to anyway. It'll be just fine. I at least want to go down to diamond level. Alright. Now that I'm here in lava, I'll go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and head down to bedrock here. Let's go ahead and put block there. Alright, so that should be all I really need to do. Aha! Oh, wow. Okay, that's working a lot faster than I anticipated. Okay. Excellent. Alright. So now that that's up and running, let's go ahead and head back and we'll see about taking stuff out of the ender chest. Alright, and welcome back everyone. So I'm just getting back from setting up our quarry to go to the next spot. And that thing's been running for a few hours now. The only thing that's really changed is that I've hooked up a wireless redstone transmitter to it, or receiver to it, so I can control it from this dimension. I'll get to that here in a sec. It's been a few hours and I've done a little bit of stuff here. As you can see, I got a couple new terminals here. I got our pattern terminals here so we can create patterns for crafting, whether we need to do regular crafting pattern, or if we want to do a processing pattern, say if we want to put it into a furnace and get a result from that. So we got that. We got our ME interface terminal here, which allows us to interface with all the ME interfaces on the network, which right now I only have one, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, right now I have it crafting a bunch of stuff for extreme reactors, or able to craft a bunch of things through extreme reactors. I've already done that. But anyway, we go back here. We got our little co-crafting process, our crafting unit. Yeah, words hard. This is just a small version of what I'm going to have. Eventually, I'm going to have 6 of these co-crafting processors for this, and some bigger storage in the back here. Eventually, what that will mean is that I can craft multiple things at one time instead of having to do only one at a time. Right now, I can only do one at a time, not just because I have one co-processing unit, but also because I only have one thing hooked up to it. So, yeah, that's a thing. And these things are like an automatic crafting bench, so that's pretty nice. And eventually I'm going to put a cover on, a lot of the stuff here. And I'll be making some more molecular assemblers so that, I have the option to create a lot more items at once. Other than that, I was watching a live stream from AZ, and he showed off this advanced inscriber. This thing is pretty sweet. It allows you to put multiple items in here to craft into either the the printed circuits or the silicon, or creating the circuits themselves. You just drop it in with all the ingredients and it'll craft it. Unfortunately, I don't have any silicon at the moment, but I'll be doing that off camera. It's not a big deal to get it. But that's a lot better than these regular inscribers, because with these, you can only put one item from them in each slot, which is annoying. I don't know why you do that. It makes sense to have that, but yeah. Anyway, I digress. With that quarry running, I went ahead and made a new room for it. And instead of keeping it over by the smeltery to manually deal with it, I decided I want to have it automatically go into storage drawers. I may have gone overboard with the number of storage drawers, but this will allow me to expand it should I want to. So later on, I may want to have, these come in with the ores here, and then have the ingots come back to here. I may want to do that. But that could be something I'll figure out later. But this is set up in a way where I can do that if I want to. I have enough storage drawers where I can. But anyway, we got a bunch of stuff here. We got void upgrades on our flint and a lot of our stone items here, so that we're not clogging up the system or anything like that, because as I'm sure you can guess, you get a lot of these stone items here, mostly the cobblestone, of course. So yeah, we got the ender chest behind that wall there that's pumping the items in. Again, I just have it just like I do with my mob farm. Just have it showing so I can just look at it. And then this lever is hooked up to a transmitter. Show that here, right there, which is hooked up to the quarry. And if I were to flip that, it'll eventually stop sending items over. Right now, I only have one servo hooked up to the ender chest, which is where my current bottleneck is, in addition to power, but power isn't as big of an issue, which I'll show here in a little bit. I got a couple of keys here. These keys are pretty nice. What they'll allow me to do is you can lock and unlock them, so which will allow you to pull all the items out without worrying about a new storage drawers being taken over for that item, or something else taking its place. So locking it is pretty nice. Then we got the quantifier key, which just makes it so that you can just come up here and just see, oh, I got 247 of this item here, instead of wondering, okay, how much do I have of the coal here? Because if you look in the middle of the screen, in the middle where the Wayla is, I don't know about you, but I can't read that number. I have no idea what that number is. It just looks like some random symbols. Put that in, and now I can see that. Oh, I got 10.3 thousand. Okay. And if you're curious, I have a diamond and emerald upgrade in here, so I can store a lot of coal. Do I need that much? No. But do I want that much? Yeah. But anyway, that's about it. That's about it for this. Doing good on the ores here. Getting a lot of iron here. Yeah, that's a lot more than I was expecting. Cool. Not upset with that. All right, so I mentioned that the power for my quarry is no longer an issue. If you'll listen, I no longer have my explosion generators running right now. I just have my mob farm and my AT system and all that running off of batteries right now. Just mainly just so I'm not hearing the explosions right now. Of course, I could have them running until they fill up their capacity and shut themselves off, but the likelihood of that actually happening with these machines actually draining power, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I just have them off for now, just so I'm not hearing them. But yeah, the reason why the power for the quarry is not an issue is because I have a little reactor here. This is a 5x5x5 reactor, and I have the control rods inserted 82%, which means I'm throttling it down about 82% roughly. And it's still producing over 5,000 RF per tick. So, yeah, this is a heck of a lot more efficient than that. Main advantage for the explosion generators and the dust generators is that it's so easy to power them, and you have a very easy way to keep them powered with the mob farm like this. It's really easy to keep them powered, so that is going to turn into more of a backup generator, more so for my AE system than anything else. But it's just going to turn into a backup system. Eventually, I'm going to hook this up as well to the main power grid, or I may put in another one on the opposite side, same size, and have that one be our main power, and have this one be for quarry power, and maybe sharing between other members of the server if needed. I may look into that, but yeah. If we go back here through our awesome service entrance here, we get our power cell here, and this one only transfers 5,000 RF per tick. Hence why I've toned this down to produce only 5,000 per tick. At max capacity, this thing will produce over 15,000 RF per tick. For as big as it is, that's pretty nice. That's a lot of power. But I may eventually need it, and I have no easy way of getting out there to control the control rods. I'll be working on that in between episodes. I'm actually going to make the computers and start automating stuff in between in between episodes. Whether I'll get it ready to show by the next episode, we'll see. But I'm going to be working on that between episodes now that I'm getting a steady supply of diamonds. So, yeah. We got this hopper here, which is just feeding uranium into it. You know, pretty simple stuff. Again, I'll be automating that between episodes because I don't want to be going through my awesome service entrance back here to deal with that all the time and come over here and clear it all out of the cyanite. You know, I don't want to be clearing that out. I don't want to be coming back here to put uranium in. So, yeah, I'll be working on that between episodes. Yeah. We're going to hide that. So, but as it is, I think that's going to be it for me this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you're not already, consider subscribing. And you can follow me on Twitter to know the next time I upload. But until next time, guys.